Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, oh. Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, oh. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I am Rabbi Barry Silver, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Congregation Va-Dor to our Shabbat celebration. We call what we do cosmic Judaism, also known as inspirational Judaism. What that means is that we merge the greatest revelations in human history, that is science and religion, together. But even though we do things in a slightly different way, we love our past and traditions, we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors and take Judaism where it's never gone before. Hava Nashira was the song that was introduced to our Shabbat celebration by our cantorial soloist, Andrew Susman, and we thank him. Nashira means let us sing. Shir is a song. Another way of saying song in Hebrew is zemer. And instruments of song are kalei zemer, also known as klezmer. From klezmer, you get a little spirit of the Jewish community, even in difficult days, suffering persecution and hardship. They would rely on the joy of their music in order to allow the Jew to be jubilant. And so in our form of Judaism also, we love music, and we use it in new and exciting ways. In fact, we take songs and we give them new meaning and new words. Einstein referred to the cosmos and the laws of physics as the music of the spheres. What he meant by that is that music is mathematical. There's an octave, 8 notes apart, and the music has to be written in a certain way. If the notes are too close together, they don't sound good, they clash. There's a certain mathematical precision to it. And Debussy said that music is the space between the notes. If it was just all notes, it would be cacophony. And so the universe is vast. And most of it is empty space, just like our bodies and the cells are empty space. But what is in between is magnificent. And so we bring out the best in Judaism with music. Introducing our service also, we are delighted to have Hannah Klingsberg lighting the candles. She does so much for us, helping our congregation to grow. And also Nicole Borasa and Paul Hashinsky will be leading us in the Kiddush. We will be having wonderful music, wonderful inspiration, the Torah, messaging, and now let the celebration begin.
As we kindle the lights of Shabbat, we remember the words of the Torah. The Torah is light, the mitzvah a lamp. May we observe Shabbat this and every week by learning Torah and doing mitzvah, kindling the light of good deeds and basking in their light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. May we be blessed with Shabbat joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light. To everyone in our temple family, we wish you good health, happiness, and the comfort of family and friends to get us through this difficult time. Be strong, be careful, be of help to one another, and we look forward to being together once again. And now, we want you to sit back and enjoy the wonderful Shabbat program we have created for you. And don't forget, on the 20th, we have a wonderful outdoor service so we can get together again. Hopefully, we'll see you there. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. The seventh day is consecrated to the Lord. With wine, our symbol of joy, we celebrate this day and its holiness. We give thanks for all our blessings, for life and health, for work and rest, for home and love and friendship. On Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving. Praise to you, Adonai, creator of the fruit of the vine. Amen. I would like to say it in my native language, which is French. Louange à Adonai, notre créateur, pour les fruits de la vigne. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, because
We hope that all of you will attend the outdoor Shabbat tomorrow. We will be there looking to meet all of you. Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Where might I go to find you? Exalted, hidden one. Yet where would I not go to find you? Ever-present, eternal one. Where might I go to find you? Exalted, hidden one. Yet where would I not go to find you? Ever-present, eternal one. Yahweh, Emsah.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Actually, a song is worth even more than that, maybe 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 words. You can convey a feeling, an emotion, a concept, a thought in a song in ways that you can't do with a spoken word alone. And that is why at Congregation Va-Dor, we advance this concept of cosmic Judaism, inspirational Judaism, inspiration and reason through music. Because this can convey the beauty and the innovation of this way of thinking in ways that words alone cannot do. And so we will be celebrating tonight with wonderful music. But the song itself can evoke memories and feelings that you can't do just by looking at words. You know, we all have this experience where we hear a beautiful song, a wonderful song from the old days, and it transports us back to a time when we were young, idealistic, back to a time when we were involved with someone special and fell in love, back to a time when we were still idealistic. And when we listen to this music, we can be taken back to that time once again and enjoy our life as before all over again and be renewed with inspiration today, with the idealism of our youth. The music is also a way not only to take us back to our childhood, but to take us all the way back to the innocence and the purity of our soul. You see, our soul has become sullied and tarnished going through life. We're forced to make concessions, but we have a pure soul that goes even beyond our own personalities, just a spirit of who we really are. Sometimes a song can take us back to capture the innocence and the purity of our spirit. And so we also use these songs as prayers. What do the prayers do? They help us to reconnect with our soul. And what is our soul? Is it some supernatural, metaphysical thing? Absolutely not. The soul is merely our essence. It's not something beyond us. It's who we are. It's a part of us. And the music, if you listen to it and understand it and try to absorb its feelings and its contents, it can take us right back and connect us with our very soul. And so now let us connect with these wonderful prayers from our tradition, expressed in new and exciting ways.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם.
As you may have noticed in the beginning of the Shabbat celebration, I mentioned that we take music and we adapt it, old familiar melodies with new words. This is like Rabbi Cook was saying about modern Judaism. It's new wine in old kegs. We do the same thing with music. I have taken traditional melodies and adapted them so we can get the spirit of the original, but take it in new directions. The silent meditation is our opportunity to do that ourselves. You see, we read these prayers which go back thousands of years, and it connects us with the past. But if that's all we do, it's insufficient in order to bring about its full effect. What we need to do is examine our own lives, look inside of ourselves, and see how these old melodies and memories and messages and words of inspiration can be adapted to our life, and how we can give them new meaning and new expression that nobody has ever conveyed before. Let us see how we can do that. Let us explore the possibilities of taking these wonderful lessons from our past, these Jewish values and ideals. Let us explore now during silent meditation, how can I apply them to my life and stand on the shoulders of Jewish giants so that I may also continue in the Jewish tradition of being a blessing. A few moments of silent meditation.
Mi Shebeirach אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. Mi Shebeirach אמותינו, שרה רבקה, Leah ורachel. May the one who blessed our mothers May the one who blessed our fathers hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi Shebeirach Avotenu, Mi Shebeirach Imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato.
Our Torah reading this Shabbat is from the book of Exodus, a passage called Terumah. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. My friends, our Torah reading this Shabbat has a line in it so special, so wondrous, that I'm only going to read this one line. It'll be the shortest Torah reading you have ever heard, and I shall expand upon it later. Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Build for me a sanctuary, and I shall dwell within them. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chai olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. I chose this one line, construct for me a sanctuary and I shall dwell among them, because it really captures the essence of what it means to be Jewish. As I shall explain in the inspirational message, it has a double entendre. And one of the people who was able to capture this message so well is Charles Schulz in his wonderful comic strip, Peanuts. He was someone who was shunned, who was ostracized, who was made to feel a failure. But on this Sabbath where we celebrate song, he was able to find a unique song within him, and he sang it loud and clear, even though he faced rejection over and over again. And eventually, this song brightened up and enhanced the lives of millions and millions of people. He showed us the ability that we have. Even though life treats us poorly, even though we think we are not successful, each one of us has our own special, sacred song. And we will hear this incredible journey of his and his wonderful song that he sang with his life after the inspirational message. There was once an attorney with a horrible case. He thought he had no chance of winning, so he said to his senior partner, what can I do? He says, I'm thinking of sending a box of cigars to the judge. Senior partner said, no, don't send it to this judge. He's scrupulously honest. If you were to attempt to bribe him, he would absolutely rule against you. Weeks later, the two attorneys met up, and the junior attorney was talking about the trial, and the senior attorney said, how did it go? He said, I won the case by sending a box of cigars to the judge. He says, how is that possible? I told you not to do it. He said, well, I sent the box of cigars, but I put the calling card of opposing counsel with the cigars. You see, my friends, attorneys often get a bad rap. Sometimes they're known for doing things that are somewhat unscrupulous. Nowhere has this been made more manifest than in the recent impeachment trial, where we saw attorneys and senators and people with great legal knowledge twist and contort the legal system into a pretzel, in which you had Mitch McConnell, who says that he's not going to rule against former President Trump because it's too late. Why is it too late, you might ask? Because the articles of impeachment wanted to be delivered to the Senate, but he closed the Senate. He wouldn't allow them to be delivered to him until after President Trump left office. He created the very facts on the ground that then he used as an excuse not to make a ruling against someone who, for political reasons, he wanted to protect. This is shameful. The Mishpatim that we read last week and the whole Torah talks about justice, justice for all, equal justice, not a different set of justice for the rich and the powerful. Creating facts on the ground and then using the facts that you created in order to deny justice is very similar to the child who kills his parents and then he throws himself on the mercy of the court, claiming to be an orphan. My friends, our legal system is like an orphan right now, cut off from its very moorings and its foundations, cut off from the Constitution. This is a terrible thing. It reminds me of another story I want to tell about the man who went into surgery. When he came out, his friend said, "How did it go?" He said, "Okay." He said, "Have a scar?" He said, "No thanks, I don't smoke." Many times our words are twisted. And this is what happened in these proceedings. Not only words, but truth was twisted beyond recognition. Now we have a Torah passage that we read from, a beautiful passage called Terumah. Terumah means to elevate. People gave to a holy cause, to build a sanctuary, and by giving, they were elevated. But what else happens in Terumah that's very interesting is that Terumah describes something that we know couldn't have happened. How do we know this? Well, a small use of common sense makes this clear. It's describing the Jews wandering in the desert, and then God gives his requirements for how to build the sanctuary and the clothing for the priests. And they have to use all these very fine instruments of manufacture and detail, all these different types of cloths and resins and animal skins to create beautiful blue and purple and yellow and all types of colors, fabrics, and clothing and breastplates and gold and silver. How would they be able to manufacture all of this in the desert? It's very simple. They couldn't. This was written at a time after the Exodus. They couldn't have done all these things in the desert. But my friends, just because this story describes something that didn't happen does not mean that it is not true. It is 100% true, even though it never happened. Why do I say that? Because the Jewish people were called upon in order to donate to a good cause, to build a sanctuary where moral precepts would prevail. And the story describes how they gave in abundance, not because they were required to. It wasn't an income tax. It was because out of the goodness of their heart, they wanted to give. And what happened when they give? They're elevated. That's what Terumah means. When you and I give of ourselves, when we support a worthy cause, if we see someone in need and we help them out, it makes them feel good, but it makes us feel good. How sad are the people that never understand, who never had the satisfaction of being of service to others. A tragic, empty, wasted life. Our life is judged not so much by what we acquire, but by what we give away, how much we can give to other causes and to others. Having things for ourselves is wonderful, but having enough to be able to share is a great blessing. But there's another truth in this passage that is even more profound. In this passage, God is made to have said, Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. What does that mean? Build me a sanctuary, and I shall dwell among them. But there's another way of interpreting that passage that I'd like to share with you, a way that perhaps you won't find in the Torah, but you will find if you search a deeper meaning. B'tocham doesn't only mean among them, it means within them. There's a profound difference. What does that actually mean? Build me a sanctuary, and I shall dwell within them. The word for dwell is shachanti, is related to the word for God, Shekhinah. What is Shekhinah? Shekhinah is not an entity. It's not a physical being. It's not someone with a personality. Shekhinah is a presence. It's a divine, numinous presence that we feel within us. It's part of what I said is our soul. It's the life force, not something beyond, but within all living things and within everything in the cosmos. Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham means that if you create a sanctuary, I shall dwell within you. My friends, this is the last Shabbat celebration coming from the sanctuary of Va-Dor. After this, we will leave our sanctuary. Does that mean that the presence, this holy, wondrous, sacred presence, can never be inhabited again within us? Absolutely not. It is not the sanctuary of a building that causes this spirit, this wonderful, marvelous, creative power within us to be made manifest. It's not based on a building. Oh, no, no, no. Because if you look at what the words are actually saying, Asuli Mikdash, what Mikdash actually means is it comes from the word for holiness, Kodesh, Kaddish, Kedusha, Kiddush, sanctification. It means to be special. If you recall and can remember and can call upon and feel once again the uniqueness of your own soul and your own presence, if you can feel that and tap into that power, that Shekhinah, that presence within you, then you can feel the presence of what our ancestors experienced as God within them. How do we do that? Mikdash is a temple, but it also means sanctuary. What that means, my friends, is the greatest sanctuary, the repository of love and kindness and compassion is the human heart. Build me a sanctuary means create a heart that is open to loving other people, that feels the call of justice, that hearkens to the sound of the call of our ancestors to elevate ourselves and elevate humanity to a higher level. Build this sanctuary within our own heart. Create the greatest cathedral of all, the human mind, inclined to try to find truth, not just platitudes, to try to approach God in an intellectual capacity, recognizing that the mind is the greatest gift that we have as humans, that separates us more profoundly than all the other life forms. Our great, special, unique gifts that makes us not only unique, but I would dare say holy, or special, or sacred. Build a sanctuary of the heart. Create the tabernacle of our mind inclined towards wisdom and knowledge of truth, not make-believe. And in that way, we can feel a divine presence within us. As we celebrate this Shabbat of music and of song, I hope we will find the song of our lives and share this in a beautiful, loud, energetic, enthusiastic voice. What does enthusiastic mean? Literally, theos is God. Enthusiastic means that God is dwelling within us as we sing not only the melodies of our past, but the melodies and the music of our lives. Shabbat Shalom.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
As you may have noticed, if you've been listening to the Shabbat celebration, our theme today is music. Now, I know that some of you may have skipped through the video. Perhaps you went all the way to the Kiddush. That would not be correct. Make sure if you've done that, go back and see some of the beautiful music and inspiration of this Shabbat celebration. And if you've seen it, share it with your friends or maybe watch it again for a double dose of Shabbat celebration. But if you notice, we talked about the power of music and of song. It was the great Rabbi, Abraham Joshua Heschel, who said that when we go through mourning, we go through three phases. First, we're in stunned silence. Then we shed tears. And then we sing songs of praise for the glory of life and the beauty of the life of our loved one. I would like to take that one step further, a fourth phase. And what that is, to be able to take the song of our loved one's life and give it new adaptation with our own lyrics. Let us be inspired by them to take their message where it hasn't gone before through our lives. Let us add our own imprint onto the beauty and the teachings and the majesty of the lives that we celebrate. Maybe it's our parents, maybe it's our grandparents, maybe it's great leaders and scholars of the past. Maybe in February it's presidents like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, or Frederick Douglass, who assigned his birthday to Valentine's Day because as a slave he never knew what it was. Let us see if we can sing not only songs of praise for our loved ones, but let us sing a new song to cheer up the life of others. And in that way, we can honor our loved ones and make their memory a blessing. Yiskedal v'yiskedash shemei Rabba, v'yalma divrach eruseh v'yamlich machuseh, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayeh l'chol beis Yisrael, v'hagala v'yizman kari v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei Rabba mivorach le'olam u'lemei olmaya, yisbarach v'yistabach v'yisbo'ar v'yishoma v'yisnaseh. V'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shemei k'dusha b'richu. Le'elam enko b'rchasa v'shirasa, tushbechasa v'nechamasa, da'amiron b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehi shlam araba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'mromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. And since this is the Sabbath that we celebrate the song and music, I will share with you the last two lines in song. Oseh shalom b'mromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yemru, Imeru amen. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom, one and all. We're thrilled to have you joining us for this Shabbat celebration. Thank you. We hope that you're enjoying our new and special brand of Judaism, which uses intellect, reason, and science to understand our religion and our Torah. Join Va-Dor and Rabbi Barry as we build the Judaism of tomorrow today with our inspirational Judaism. We're breaking the barriers and joining Jews of all denominations and people of all faiths together in unity, peace, and harmony. And tomorrow morning, February 20th at 10:30 a.m., we will be holding our first outdoor Shabbat service. It will be at Bryant Park Amphitheater in downtown Lake Worth on the Intercoastal. We will celebrate Shabbat as well as Black History Month together. Masks are a must, and we will enforce social distancing for the safety of one and all. Bring your folding chair and sit wherever you like. This will be the first time that we've been together in almost a full year. Let's celebrate, and let's make Va-Dor's goal a reality by continuing the important alliance between Jews and Blacks that was started by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. back in the 60s. We hope that you'll join us and be a part of this wonderful and special Shabbat celebration. This Sunday, February 21st at 4 p.m., we will have another wonderful presentation by Leah Poland on Zoom, Jews in Fashion, from Levi Strauss to Ralph Lauren, a great program for both men and women. Next Saturday morning, February 27th at 10:30 a.m., we will offer our monthly, more traditional Shabbat morning service, Siddur Essentials, on Zoom, led for us by Andrew Susman, along with Rabbi Barry. Each Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., we hold an amazing and insightful discussion with two rabbis on Zoom, our progressive Rabbi Barry and an Orthodox rabbi and educator, Rabbi Zvi Khan. Join us and learn more about the upcoming Torah passage and any questions you might have for both rabbis. It's a very Hamisha time together. Tonight at 8:30 p.m., we will continue our celebration of Shabbat with our Zoom and Shmooze, and we invite you to check this out. Be a part of our Oneg Shabbat, the joy of the Sabbath, together with us. The links for all our programs and events are within our email newsletters and on our ladorvador.org website. And you can learn more about Congregation Va-Dor from our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. We hope to see you tomorrow morning at our outdoor Shabbat service to greet you in person. Shabbat Shalom, and have a wonderful and joyous week ahead. Love and peace from Va-Dor.
Yivarecha Charunai v'yishmarecha. May you be protected and preserved through life. Que te protege y te bendiga siempre. Ya'echranai panavelecha v'choneka. May the light of love shine from you always. Que el rostro de Dios se brille sobre usted para siempre. Yesaronai panavelecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the power of love lift you up to great new heights of blessing, of kindness, and of achievement. Que el rostro de Dios se te levante para acabar nuevas alturas de bondad, de amor y de alegría. Amen. And may I also share with you on this Sabbath where we celebrate song. May we use the beautiful words and teachings and inspiration from our past and our wonderful heritage in order to learn to sing in harmony with others. As we approach this new era with a new administration, let us try to help the world sing a new tune in accord with all people. Let all people join together in one chorus, singing together, each one our own note harmoniously, in order to form a beautiful choir. Let us sing, each one of us, with the voice of angels, in order to allow the power of song and of music to lift our souls and to create a world of justice, of kindness, of shalom, of peace. Amen.
It's time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. Wish you a Shabbos that is better than you ever had before. No, we wish you good Shabbos. Yeah. Friday night time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. We'll say good Shabbos cause we've waited all week long. No, we wish you good Shabbos. Yeah. Yes, we can. 25 hours, don't make no plans. I love children, man, I shepherd's wine in my Kiddush cup. All that I need is this one day, that's what's up. It's an ancient concept, Va-Dor talking about what God said. I've been waiting for this all week long. How many matzo balls you want? Yeah, I got the Shabbos spirit, I feel it so strong. From the minute of the Kiddush to being kind of my zones. Mirror voices joining in song. Keep the music going all night long. Sit down, relax, I want to impress. Life's hard, need time to de-stress. Thank God for my weekly refresh. Man, I love me some Shabbos. Oh, it's time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. Wish you a Shabbos that is better than you ever had before. No, we wish you good Shabbos. Yeah. Friday night time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. We'll say good Shabbos cause we've waited all week long. No, we wish you good Shabbos.
Yellow glow of candlelight as we're standing side by side. Smell the spices as we sway. Feel the Shabbos fade away. And we'll say Shavuot. How about us so full of grain? Sin borei me'orei ha'esh. This is how we end Shabbat, by the light of
gives me such a good feeling. Oh, you had a good Shabbos. Yeah. You had a Shabbos that is better than you ever had before. No, you had a good Shabbos. Yeah. Oh, you had a good Shabbos. Yeah. And now we're wishing you Shavuot, Shavuot, Shavuot. Yeah. It's time for saying good Shabbos. Oh, it's time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. Wish you a Shabbos that is better than you ever had before. No, we wish you good Shabbos. Yeah. Friday night time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. We'll say good Shabbos cause we've waited all week long. No, we wish wish you could Shabbos, yeah. Yes, we can. 25 hours, don't make no plans. Chala chillin', man, I shepherd's wine in my Kiddush cup. All that I need is this one day. That's what's up. It's an ancient concept. Va-Dor talking about what God said. I've been waiting for this all week long. How many matzo balls you want? Yeah, I got the Shabbos spirit. I feel it so strong from the minute of the Kiddush to be kind of my zone. Me and Roy voices joining in song. Keep the music going all night long. Sit down, relax, I want to impress. Life's hard, need time to de-stress. Thank God for my weekly refresh. Man, I love me some Shabbos Kodesh. Oh, it's time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. Wish you a Shabbos that is better than you ever had before. No, we wish you good Shabbos. Yeah. Friday night time for saying good Shabbos. Yeah. We'll say good Shabbos 'cause we've waited all week long. No, we wish you good Shabbos.
Yellow glow of candlelight as we're standing side by side. Smell the spices as we sway. Feel the Shabbos fade away.